Every time they come in here, that's what they say. They wish they did this stuff when they were younger.
What is your name and how long you been training here at Katalyst?
Nicholas Cooper. I've been training here for about 3.5 years now.
What made you decide to join Katalyst to begin with, and what were some of the goals when you first started?
When I was first working a big career change, I was looking around for martial arts dojos that had a good lineage. I think that's important for whenever you're looking for dojos that you go to, so that way you don't go into those uber cult Tai Chi stuff. My goals there were, one, to like really apply the skills that they show with like weapons defense and general self-defense, and also to see like how much of my previous like traditional martial arts was bullshit, which about 80% was. I've got a couple kicks in there. It's been a really good experience just for those goals so far.
How has your experience here impacted you both in training and in your daily life?
I get up out of chairs much easier, though today I'm gonna be getting in the car much harder after that training. Moving across the parking lot, I'm not needing to hold on to the car to catch my breath. I just feel better at like moving stuff around my house. I don't have like a lot of kinks that you would get from very stationary careers, which I have one, so it's a good offset. I wouldn't trade this for anything.
Can you share a specific moment or achievement that made you realize that Katalyst was the right location for you?
When I first joined Katalyst and I did the tryout class, we had like a cage set up, and there was a moment where you had to try to defend yourself against like 3 people holding shields. They weren't striking at you or anything. I didn't realize that I could get flipped back into the cage that easily and not defend myself until that happened. That moment made me realize like this is definitely a place I wanted to be, because it's making me think about how combat scenarios are approached rather than just putting you in the scenario suddenly.
What would you say makes Katalyst different from other locations you've had experience or even considered?
Compared to traditional martial arts, it's much more form factor by the script, which is understandable because when you have larger schools, you're trying to get a lot of information out to a lot of people, and you have to, in a sense, be, capitalist to get people conditioned to want to come back. But what I like about it here is that it's not as scripted.
You're gonna be my getaway driver. You know what that fucking means, right?
I don't get it. Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of nuance and learning that we do from outside sources that change what we do here, which improves not only your self-defense, but improves just like everything else that you're doing here for jiu-jitsu or boxing.
And finally, last question, what would you say to someone who's on the fence about joining?
Jump over to the other side already. There's not really any non-benefit to joining, because even if you are much older, there's plenty of people that have joined that are like much older. Every time they come in here, that's what they say. They wish they did this stuff when they were younger. So the only thing you're doing when you're sitting on the fence is wasting time.